everybody, this is Coach Christy from CrossFit Mokina. I'm going to be talking to you today about our at-home workout for Tuesday, March 24th, 2020. It is called Counting Down the Days because we are counting down the days till we can get together again. For tomorrow, Tuesday, our Zoom classes are going to be at 6 a.m., noon, and 5:30 p.m. CrossFit Mokina members, please make sure you sign up in the Tribe app, but feel free to invite your friends and family to work out with you. So Zoom tomorrow, 6 a.m., 9 a.m., or 6 a.m., noon, and 5:30 p.m. Also, guys, make sure you're taking pictures of you while you're doing workouts, maybe some sweaty post pictures. Post those in our private Facebook page so we know that we're all doing this together. And for those of you doing the post-WOD, the 50 sit-ups for pups, make sure you're clicking on that Google Doc and keeping track of all of your reps. So we're gonna have Coach Jason zoom in on the whiteboard as I kind of do a quick breakdown of our moves today. Our warm-up, we're gonna do 2 rounds, 1 minute of jumping jacks, followed by 1 minute of back scratchers, which is a core movement. We're gonna go through that twice. Then we're gonna do some arm circles, a baby maker stretch for the inner thigh, and then some leg swings for our hamstrings and our quads. Our strength today, you're going to give yourself a 6-minute cap. Your goal is to accumulate a 1-minute plank, more core work, a 1-minute wall sit with the challenge of holding a kettlebell, dumbbell, or a heavy object while you do that wall sit. A 1-minute headstand or handstand. If you are uncomfortable going upside down, we're going to do an additional minute of a plank. And then this is getting new, 1 minute of a straight arm hold, keeping your arms straight out and parallel to the floor. After our strength, again, we are counting down the days till we get to see you again. Our workout is 4 time, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How that works is you'll do 10 of every move, then 9, then 8, then 7, etc. We're going to do 10 lateral hops over your kettlebell or dumbbell, then 10 air squats, 10 sit-ups, 10 glute bridges. We have a lot of different options for this. And then 10 Russian kettlebell or dumbbell swings, following that sequence 9, 8, 7, 6. And then, of course, as I mentioned, our 50 sit-ups for pups. So I'm going to have Jason unzoom, and I'm going to go ahead and start demoing. What we're starting with, 2 rounds, a full minute of jumping jacks and a full minute of back scratchers. For those jumping jacks, we're going to get the heart rate up, jumping and getting our hands overhead. If you cannot jump, you can simply tap side to side. For those back scratchers, I'm going to come down to the floor and I'm just going to get in an old school crunch position. However, I want my hands down by my sides and I'm going to act like a bear scratching its back on a tree, reaching for my shoes. Hit my shoe, hit my shoe, hit my shoe, hit my shoe. Your goal is to do this for a solid minute. Of course, take a break when you need it and then go back into that movement. You're going to do 2 rounds of that. So after your back stretchers, we're going to go back into a minute of jumping jacks, back into another minute of back scratchers. For those arm circles, we want to go in both directions, forward and backwards, maybe even do some really big dramatic shoulder rolls, as many as you would like. For that baby maker stretch, my regular squat stance, I want to widen that stance, almost in my sumo deadlift stance. Hands are going to go on top of our shoes and we're going to push out with our elbows on our knees so we can feel that stretch in the inner thigh and the groin. I suggest you hold that for a minimum of 30 seconds. For those leg swings, we typically do 10, where I'm going to keep my chest nice and tall. I'm going to do leg swings forward and backwards, and on the same leg, I'm going to do leg swings side to side. You want to do that with both legs. So on the right leg, forward and backward, side to side, and the left, forward and backward, side to side. After that, we're then going to set ourselves a 6-minute clock. If you look, I need you to accumulate 4 minutes of work. The challenge is to get that 4 minutes done in only a 6-minute timer. So take breaks when you need to, go in any order that you want, but your challenge is to get 4 minutes of work done in only a 6-minute time frame. I'm going to demo this in order. I'm going to start with a plank. You can do a push-up plank, meaning the hands are underneath the shoulders. You could do a forearm plank, or you could even split in half and maybe do 30 seconds on each side of a side plank. For that wall sit, let's talk about the challenge at the bottom. Your challenge is to do a wall sit while you're holding your kettlebell, dumbbell, or another heavy object in your house. What I want you to notice for the form is my knees are at a 90-degree angle and my hips are at a 90-degree angle. So I want to make sure my shoulder blades are flush against the wall, and if you can, you're going to hold your kettlebell, dumbbell, or another heavy object and try to stay here and accumulate a minute of time. The next movement we have, I'm going to need some assistance with this one. We are going to do a handstand. I'm not going to do this up against the wall because Jason does not want me to mark up the wall. When I actually do this, I will remove my shoes. But for the sake of time, he's just going to be my assistant. I'm going to come up into a handstand, and you want to accumulate, again, a full minute of that movement. If we can't do a handstand, you can of course do a headstand, but let's make sure maybe we have a pillow underneath our head. We don't want to be doing that on the hard cement floor out in our garage. If you are uncomfortable going upside down, I would like you to accumulate an additional minute of doing a plank. So let's work that core a little bit more. Then, that straight arm hold. It says we're going to hold our arms straight out and parallel to the floor. Ideally, you're going to hold your kettlebell or your dumbbell. However, if your kettlebell or dumbbell is too heavy, find something in your kitchen. You can hold a gallon of water straight out to the side. You can even pick up your dining room chair. Go ahead and get as creative as you would like, but your goal, again, is to hold an object straight out for a minute. I'm now going to go into our workout, counting down the days. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lateral hops over the kettlebell, air squats, sit-ups, glute bridges, and Russian kettlebell or dumbbell swings. For those lateral hops over your kettlebell or dumbbell, for safety, if you're going to be using a kettlebell, I do suggest you lay the kettlebell down. What we're going to do, you'll notice on the whiteboard, it says ×2. So what do I mean by that? When I'm saying 10, I want 10 to each side. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. So ×2, it's really like I'm doing 20 of those lateral hops. Then we're going to go into air squats. Feet are going to be underneath my shoulders. I push back to get my weight in my heels, squat to get down below parallel, come to full hip extension at the top. From another angle, push back to get my weight in my heels, keeping my torso tall, fight to get down below parallel, full hip extension at the top. So 10 air squats, then come down to the floor for those sit-ups. Again, what we mentioned the other day, if you don't have an ab mat and you're not on a soft surface, go ahead and give me those old school crunches, making sure we're not pulling on the neck. If you can do those sit-ups, knees pointing towards the ceiling, you have the assistance of your quads. Butterfly is going to be a little bit more advanced. Full range of motion, I touch the floor behind me, and then I touch the floor in front. So floor, reach for the shoes. Floor, reach for the shoes. For those glute bridges, it is up to you if you would like to use your kettlebell or dumbbell. How does this look? Feet are going to be on the floor, hands on the floor if I'm not using an object, and I'm going to lift my glutes in the air, squeezing the buttocks as I do so. This would be 1, back down, 2, back down, 3, back down. How can we intensify this? I'm going to give you 2 options. Option 1, put your kettlebell or dumbbell on your hips while you do so. Option 2, this is pretty advanced. Rather than putting your back on a couch, I'm going to have you keep your back on the floor, and I want you to put your heels up on a chair. Again, hands on the floor for stability. I'm going to lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. I said 2 options, I lied. I'm going to give you 3. You can combine the 2 advanced options. So feet on a chair and putting that dumbbell on the hips, lift and lower, lift and lower. Those are our glute bridges. Then we have Russian kettlebell or dumbbell swings. That simply means we're going to stop at a parallel position, ideally getting your kettlebell or dumbbell to eye level. We do not need to come all the way up overhead. Showing this with a kettlebell from the side, I'm going to do a tiny dip. I'm going to rock back with those hips, squeezing my glutes, pushing with my quads and my hamstrings, getting that kettlebell straight out in front. You can absolutely do this with a dumbbell. I prefer to grab the dumbbell right in the center, and same idea, doing those kettlebell swings, just using a dumbbell instead. So after you do 10 of everything, 20 of those lateral hops, then you do 9 of every move, 8 of every move, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 lateral hop each way. 1 air squat, 1 sit-up, 1 glute bridge. After that final kettlebell swing, you are finished. Once you're done, don't forget we are still doing that post-WOD 50 sit-ups for pups. Please record your sit-ups in that Google Doc that we have been sending everybody. And also, take a picture of yourself, post it in our private page, and make sure you comment your score below the YouTube video. You can text us at 815-277-9179 if you have any questions, or you can send us an email at cfmokina@gmail.com. Get after it, guys. We miss you.